Hello everyone. I hope everyone who's watching here today is having a great day. Welcome back to my channel. So as you have seen, we are doing aquarium nails today. I'm hoping for those who are new here, you'll be able to understand the process. And for those who are used to this, I hope you'll understand the process better if you didn't understand it properly. Let's get straight into it. I started by creating the base of the tank. And by the way, I use full cover tips to do aquarium nails. So I use a clear builder gel to create the base of the tank. So I make sure that the base is not too thick. Too thick because I need to cut it, but I also make sure that I don't make it too thin because I'm going to be holding it and pressing it and all that, pressing on the back part, the bottom part of the tank while I'm busy filing or shaping it. So you must be careful of that. But it shouldn't be a problem if you know the consistency of your builder gel or whatever you use as a base for the tank. But I'm doing it this way because I cut them up, but you can also do it your way and maybe create 4 or 5 individual bases for each nail that you're going to do. 4 nails or 5 for all 5 nails. Then I also make small tabs or stoppers or plugs or whatever you want to call them. But these are the ones that I am going to be using to put on the tanks. I'll show you later where about, because if I try to explain it, I sound like I'm not even making sense. But anyway, what I religiously do and what I always stress and emphasize on is that after you cure everything, you have to wipe the things that you are curing, the base or the tabs or the stoppers. Everything that you cure has to be wiped off because of the sticky residue that will be on the, unless you have one, or unless you use the one that is a no stick or not tacky. Oh, you would be so lucky. I'm looking everywhere for those, but I can't find them. Anyway, then I cut up the tanks into the sizes, equal sizes, and depending on which builder gel I use, some of them crack if they are too thick, and some, but I work at it. I find a way to work around it. All right, now we are going to be marking where the tabs or the stoppers are going to be placed. They mustn't be too close to my nail because it just gets uncomfortable when it's too short or too small. And okay, now we are etching the inside of the tanks so that the stoppers will have a nicely prepped area to stick onto. And then when I'm done with that, I take those tabs, stoppers, or whatever you call them, and then I shape them so that they are able to fit snugly into the nail tip. This time I used glue, nail glue, to put the tabs, stick the tabs onto the nail tip. Usually I also use base coat. It depends. I don't know what it depends on. Whatever is closer to me or whatever my eyes fall onto first is what I reach for to use to stick the tabs onto the stoppers onto the nail. Okay. After I stick these tabs, I will go in with a clear base coat, as I am now, and making sure that there are no potential leakages that are gonna happen. So I seal it nicely, completely, properly. And when that's done, don't forget to wipe after you cure all that. And then I will be putting or applying the base part of the tank onto the tank. I don't know how to call these things, but I hope it's making sense to you. Okay. Yeah, I'm now using glue. I'm using glue, but sometimes I use a clear base coat. but with the glue, I think it holds onto it quicker, and I don't have to hold it under the light for that long for it to cure. So I use glue, and then I go back onto each tank or each nail, and then I apply another, well, on the sides wherever the nail meets, I apply a clear layer of, well, a lot, not a clear, a thick amount of base coat. And I make sure that wherever the tabs meet each other and the tank and the nail tip, I cover all those areas. All right, we can carry on watching from here because I've explained what's coming up in front, ahead, up ahead. Okay, but before I go, I just quickly want to say to everyone, thank you very much. Thank you very much for those who keep coming back to watch my videos and you support my channel. I truly appreciate each and every one of you very, very much. Honestly, thank you. And your ideas and suggestions that you give me too, I appreciate and I take into consideration, and I do. And remember also, don't judge me too harshly. I'm a self-taught, and this is not the way to do aquarium nails. It's just my way. All right, so now I am creating temporary stoppers so that the dust from the filing that I'm going to be doing doesn't get inside the nail, because I actually want this to be very clear, as clear as possible. Sometimes it will show that it's not clean and clear, but these ones, they didn't have a problem with that. Okay, I will now come in a bit later. I use electric file, and then I'm going to use a hand file to help shape them perfectly. Oh yeah, what I forgot to mention is that I start with the E-file because there's too much to take off from the base of the tanks, and then I go in with the hand file because it helps me get closer to the nail that I couldn't get close to while using the E-file, because I fear that if I get too close while using the E-file, I might accidentally create a hole and I might not see it then there. So I'll stop just enough so that I have very little filing to do on the edge of the nail. Okay, I'm only showing you 2 nails here so that, I mean, you saw already how it looks. So with that one, it's just these 2 nails, but anything else I'm going to show, I will show more than 2. Okay, now I apply top coat to all the nails after I shape them to prevent possible leakage. Right, and then after that, it's time for the nail art. So don't ask me why Gothic theme, because I don't know how I will respond to that, except that I love Gothic and dark kind of art on nails and nail art, and like, yeah, I just love that kind of style. And if my husband sees me admiring something from the 14, 15, 17, 1800s, he goes, "That's Gothic." I'm like, no, not everything that's old is Gothic. Other things are just something else. Okay, fine. Anyway, yeah, I am now using, no, still explaining why I like Gothic. I just need you to understand that I love it, but I'm not gonna impose that all on to you guys. I don't want to chase anybody away from my channel. I've noticed some of my Gothic videos didn't get too many views, but every now and then I'm gonna throw in something. All right, so I'm not mad at how these nails came out. I love them, but I'm a little disappointed. And I'm a little disappointed instead of being mad because it's something I wasn't aware of But now I know exactly where I went wrong. I'll tell you when we get to it. But for now, I just want to tell you that I completely forgot to create stoppers for the free edge of the nail tip. So you'll see me create those in just a few seconds. For now, I will be just stuffing everything in. There are hearts, there's a skeleton, a skull and bones, and I have some silver light floaty things. And I don't know what to call them. You see them there. Oh my guys, I'm recording. Sorry about that. The boys are from a walk outside. Right. This is the food coloring I'll be using. Oh gosh, that went past way too quick. So this is the mistake that I made. I think I put too much food coloring because the inside thingies are not moving too much. And so that's why I started with the pinky, because the pinky will show me where I went wrong and what I did wrong. So for the rest of the tanks or the other nails, they did a better job than what the pinky went through. Okay, so here I am. I'm creating these 4 tabs that I forgot for the free edge. I create them with a builder gel. I make the builder gel a bit thick so that when it's cured, it won't leave a thin surface for the baby oil to seep through if I am filing the nail back into shape. So, but for it to stick onto the nail, I use a no wipe top coat, so that if it does cure, if anything sticks to it at the bottom, it won't stay on there because there's no tacky layer. It's a no wipe. And then I flash cure that, and then I come back again and I use builder gel to Wingardium Leviosa. I was thinking, oh yeah, I apply a builder gel for the second time to make sure that the tab and the base are sealed nicely and properly and there's no leakage in there. Okay, I think you can carry on watching from here. It's just stuffing all of them with the same thing, same contents for all the fingers. So what I learned from the first 2 fingers is that, the first 2 tanks, is that the contents that I put in here this time were very light in weight. That's why they are not doing a good job of doing what I wanted them to do. So the lesson that I learned, and from watching another video after this, was it's better to put something as heavy as like caviar beads or something a little heavier, as heavy as that, because you also don't want it to be too heavy, because remember from my previous video I put too heavy contents and they were just running down instead of gently flowing down. So here I put lighter ones, but they were just too light. So that's the only thing that was a problem for me. That's the only thing that didn't go well for me, and that's why I say I'm not too mad about it. Okay, continue watching. Hey, the great thing that happened with these nails is there was no leakage. If there are any air bubbles, it came up from under one of the things that I was filling in that was sitting at the bottom, but it wasn't from, it had a leak. Yay. All right. Basically, I can say everything worked out well, and the only problem is that only the pinky is having the hardest time moving. So before I put any decoration stuff, I go over the whole set, and apply no white top coat, because now I'm gonna be adding the charms and all that, and I don't want them to sit on an area that doesn't have top coat. Then it will look all lumpy afterwards. So I'm trying to do this before. I've noticed that it works a lot better for me if I do it that way. The charms that I'm gonna put on here, I just learned that they are not the easiest to cure, as you will see. And placing them on a black surface didn't help either. But it's all about learning. And now I know, and now I see. And I battled with them a bit, but they did finally cure. Somewhere I go in with the rhinestone glue that has that small thin nib point, and I try to go in from the sides without creating a lumpy gel a lumpy gel lump on the nail. You know what I mean. You now understand what I'm saying. Sorry about that. So I think that's it for me for this video. Please let me know what you guys think, how I did, and if you like them, or if you don't like them, or if you don't appreciate anything gothic or whatever. But if you're not able to let me know in the comment section, at least click the like button. Actually, click the like button whether you liked it or not. That will help me get to more people, and I'll try to bring more contents that will please you. See? And subscribe if you haven't yet, because there are a whole lot more of these videos that will be coming up soon. So until we meet here again, guys, please take care of yourselves, and no one will do that better for you but you. How about a fun fact? The founder of Sony hired an outspoken critic of their products so that they could make their products better. 20 years later, he became the president of Sony. Yay! So you see, you guys need to speak your mind, but do it like honestly and nicely, calmly, and with integrity, and be mindful of the people you are saying that to. It helps. It's how you deliver it. Okay, everyone, thank you very much. Goodbye. Take care. Subscribe.